I am so sorry. How could I have known?
She looks up at you with glassy eyes, wiping her tear-streaked face on one brocade sleeve.
A girl's wedding should be the happiest day of her life. I can't accept them. I know you mean well, but how can I celebrate now? Void woken on my wedding day. At least my loving husband is still with me.
She turns and waves one timid hand to her husband on the balcony. He offers an apathetic grunt in return. She blinks back tears from her pink-tinged eyes.
Please forgive him. He's broken up. It's a lot to take in. We lost so much in the blink of an eye. I have been feeling peaky lately. My darling said it was the rosy glow of a woman in love. But now, I think it was a warning. A sign of the massacre to come. My poor love. He needs a moment to himself. And who wouldn't? Today should have been so different.
She takes a shuddering breath and idly itches her face. You'd expect her cheeks to be ruddy from tears, but they are pale instead, almost translucent, revealing the vessels snaking underneath.
I don't know how this could happen. Who would have seen it coming?
She looks down at her feet, seeing her blood-spattered wedding slippers.
I should be so happy. We barely made it indoors alive. But not everyone was. What are you insinuating?
She buries her head in her...
My lord, I beg your pardon. Void woken, here! Nothing sacred anymore.
The dwarf stares grimly into space. Rings adorn his fingers.
If you'll excuse me, I'd just as soon be left with my thoughts. Yes, it's been a horrendous day. Still, it's a fine match. With her assets and my name, that is to say, we will be a force to be reckoned with.
He glances over at his distraught bride.
Events like today's do have a way of putting things in perspective. There's much to be gained from this alliance. Yet... Old Man Ross left the incident quite unharmed.
Love? Tuna's beard. Is that what passes for sense among the lower classes? She's quite enamored with me, of course. I can be, well, irresistible. But no. In my family, marriage is a more practical matter. Our union means I can continue my work. You make it sound like she's a victim, rather than someone who just married into one of the oldest houses in the kingdom. We trace our lineage back to the time of Tenax himself. She could not ask to bear children from a more noble lineage. If anything, I'm doing her a service. I bet you heard. I bet everyone is talking about this cursed wedding. Perhaps my warhorse of an aunt is right. Perhaps this is what I get for debasing myself. Still, what's done is done. The marriage is final.
People die all the time. Weddings aren't
The groom looks you over with a sneer and mutters,
No, I don't think you'll be of much use.
He turns back to...
Nothing sacred anymore. Or safe.
lucky I was posted indoors. Short breath now if I was in the garden. I was hired to guard a wedding. Nobody said anything about fighting monsters.
Well, if this don't take the cake.
I was hired to guard a wedding. Nobody said anything about fighting monsters.
The sewers, if that vile stench doesn't...
You've come to serve, yes? Excellent. Bring me my slippers. Chop chop. Do hurry. My hooves are yes.
A well-dressed dwarf paces swiftly around the room, overseeing the packing of trunks. He gives you a cursory glance, worry etched on his face.
Yes, thank you for coming. Indeed, it would have been a beautiful ceremony if only... Dark times. Dark times indeed. Safe home to you.
He quickly turns away and casts a worried gaze around the room, counting something on his fingers.
I'm afraid I don't know any. Lohar, you say?
A well-dressed...
Yes, that's safe.
He quickly turns...
I'm afraid I don't know any. Lohar, you say?
He peers into your eyes, looking for a sign of honest intent, And, satisfied, his face softens.
When the crackdowns and decrees came, I defended her. When she exiled her cousin Marcus, I joined in the applause. But this new plan of hers, I want to believe I do, but death fog? Something's not right. She's tuned me out. Well, she's tuned everyone out. Everyone but that advisor of hers, that Sebille. Her quacking all but drowns us out. Hell if I know. A terrible answer, but it's all I've got. But never heartless. I don't know what her endgame is. She's holding court in the sewers, if you can believe it. Go to my wine cellar. Pull out the vintage called Lula Bell. It will open the way for you. And take this key. You'll know where to use it when the time comes. Is there more you need from me? You already know how close the danger is, yes? And you know what must be done. And why it must be done quickly. Is there more you need from me?
The woman cries on.
Bloody void woken at a wedding. If that ain't a bad omen, nothing is. I was hired to guard a wedding. Nobody said anything about fighting monsters.
Something stinks around here. So much death on such a lovely day.
Curled upper lip, lightly bobbing head, unwavering gaze. There's no doubting the spirit's distaste of current circumstances. The spirit's sneer intensifies.
A job? A job for the Queen? Now get your ugly mug away from me!
The spirit of a dwarf The spirit of a dwarven attendee attempts to discreetly... The spirit of an elven dignitary remains seated in a...
This bouquet's mine. Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
The spirit of a dwarven lady stands eagerly by, as if she's waiting to catch a bouquet. The spirit shoos you away absent.
Black and blue. Well, hello, handsome. Care to hear about the power of cheese? I've got wheels and rounds and blocks and rolls and possibly more. But my wares are nuanced with undertones of something rare.
She looks you up and down.
What's on my mind? Why, texture, maturity, taste. But most of all, I'm wondering what tickles your fancy. Looking at you, I think it may be power. Am I right? So I have not misjudged you. Now, we've established how you feel about power. How do you feel about law? Specifically laws relating to property and the acquisition of goods,
A glint appears in her eye, and she smiles. Then she raises her hands and shows you her ring.
Perhaps this is the power you seek. I've been waiting for the right customer to come along for these, but I warn you, power doesn't come cheap. Even for someone as attractive as you. I have my little helpers, here, there, and everywhere. They find me the finest morsels in all of Arx. After all, why should the most delectable of foodstuffs grace only the tables of the nobility? Yes, you could be an asset. Very well. You can find my helpers, the Thieves' Guild, within the Ark sewers, in their so-called secret hideout. Here, I'll mark it for you. But approach carefully. The foul stench is hardly the sewer's gravest danger.
Clear off. Need to keep the way clear. Ain't no getaway happening here. And if there is, I ain't involved. Get it? Good. Now clear off. You're in the way. Ain't no one going nowhere, far as...
Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
Buttons. That's the name of the undead cat from Blood Moon Island.
Then Iris must be the name of the little girl.
Been a while since any new students were registered here. Not that this comes as any surprise. Just look at this place.
I've had just about enough of... Oh, 1,000 apologies. This place is already overrun with addicts and orphans, and now I've got to deal with... what? A suspicious creep?
The woman shakes her head and sighs.
I should stop caring so much, but the kids shouldn't suffer. They don't deserve this void-infested hellhole we're handing to them. What is it? Or what was it? Two different things, you know. Used to be a school. My husband Griff and I, we taught the local kids what we could. History, politics, writing, reading, a little cooking, a little alchemy. The parents paid what they could. It was enough. Then the Voidwoken came, and the Magisters took Griff away to Fort Joy. Said he was luring the monsters in, like my sweet Griff would ever do such a thing. Now it's this. I'm stuck scrubbing Lady Kem's filthy floors in exchange for coin most days. And I don't have the energy to shoo away the junkies that wander in. Dead.
She holds her hand to her face and turns her back to you. You cannot see her tears, but you don't doubt that several now roll down her cheeks.
I think...
Beryl sniffs.
I'm not really looking for a...
Continues. Happy?
This place had it coming. They brought the void upon themselves.
A curious-looking puppet stands motionless nearby. You can feel a measure of source inside the puppet, coiling around its mechanisms. You suddenly realize it's looking up at you with an expression of alarm.
Please, leave me. I mean no harm. Not anymore. They gave me too much life. More than the others. They did not see that we were in a bad place. But I did. So I fled. Our room of death. To prevent others from reaching one who is already dead. There are other rooms, all to protect a corpse. And above, a great hall of weepers and chanters. There are many levers. Most spell death, but a select few spell power. Seek power to seek freedom. This is what our design dictates. Master engraved it upon us at birth. There are many others. They are less like me. They bear less life. They are content to kill any who enter the bad place. You call it source. They put it in me so I could watch, so I could kill. But they put in too much. I feel too much. I do not want to kill. Hiding, location compromised. Seeking new refuge opportunities.
Well, school's out, I dare say.
Look over there. Shiny light. Do you see them? The mist steps. Each one is an echo of Lucian's dreams. Pray be his. They lead through the silver...
She bows towards nothing in particular and fingers the collar of her priestly garb. Then she traces a circle on the floor with her left foot, then shakes her head. You're stymied by the foot gesture, but the head shake is more than clear.
Aye, yes. His voice. It makes the airdrops cloud should twinkle as Lucian commanded them. Come, fireflies, he calls us elsewhere. I wonder if Mrs. Griff will start school again now.
Beryl sniffs and rubs her red eye.
I'm not really looking for a chat, if you get my meaning. Is that... Wait, really? That's good news. Maybe our hard work wasn't all for nothing then. Is there anything I can do to show my thanks?
She gives you a warm grin and hums a few random notes before catching herself and clearing her throat.
Well, you've certainly been a breath of fresh air. You're no Griff, but it's been good having you around.
They say the Divine withers our lands to save Rivellon. I see he is successful. Weirdos in the cellar chase me away. You believe that? I don't. And I tried my best purring and my best meowing. I even did the slink thing against their legs. No luck.
You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight.
Trade or credit? That's right. Trade or credit.
You people don't deserve me. And neither do those weirdos in the cellar. Meow, etc.
The proprietress gives you a sweet smile.
You look like someone who's ready for business. You look like someone with an eye for the main chance. You look like someone who needs an investor. I knew it the moment you walked in here. Here comes an enterprising fella, I said to myself. Here comes a man who could take a sum of gold and turn a tidy profit. I can see it in your eye. Whatever you're up to in the fine upstanding city of Arx, jewel of Lucian's blessed domain, I'd like to back you, financially speaking. But be warned, I demand security. You must make a deposit. And I always recover a debt. You understand, I'm sure. I bid you...
She smiles, her sweet...
Trade or credit? That's right. Trade or credit.
Remember that.
The look of surprise in his corpse. I mean, what did he expect?
Our shield speak!
She gives you a smile of the purest hate. Then she raises a hand and begins a silent incantation. You know that she is trying to boil your blood, but she cannot. Her power is gone. She tries to deflect as you tear at her source, but she is powerless and weak and cannot resist. She is yours, and then she...
I've seen a few traders about the place.
Such hefty volumes these are. I shall need to commission more shelving from the carpenter. Greetings. I am Cranley Hubert. I assume no further introduction is required. Oh, come now. Surely you've heard of my writing, or my work with the Historical Guild of Arcs? No? Ha! Ask me a real question, why don't you? The answer is Hubert Oak, of course, my near namesake. A question for you. In what year did Lucian the Divine depart from us? Correct. Perhaps I'm still being too easy on you. Any drunk on the street could have gotten that right. Time for a real challenge. Name the first king of the dwarves. Clearly you have had some modicum of education in your time. One final question. Answer this correctly, and you can consider yourself a scholar on par with yours truly. Fail, and I shall have to show you my door. The Sorcerer King from times of yore, Brachus Rex, well. I must confess, your knowledge is impressive. Please, allow me to invite you to join me in my private chambers for further intellectual discourse. Excellent. Please, come along. Quite simple, once you know the trick. You place a book onto the pile, and a hatch at the back of the fireplace is unlocked. Go on down. I'll be right behind you.
Humans are a lost cause.
Beyond my sanctum, true intellect flourishes best in the dark, don't you think? To think that some people value baubles and trinkets over books. Absurd. Oh, wonderful smell on this volume. The musty aroma of knowledge. My sanctum, my intellectual womb, my palace of the mind. Welcome, and make yourself comfortable. Pray tell me, what's the darkest, most delicious nugget of knowledge you've come across in your time?
With a mischievous twinkle in his eye, Cranley glances from you to some nearby skill books, rare ones. He raises an eyebrow. Impress him, and we might win a prize, it seems. Cranley Hubert's eyes bulge with amazement.
Oh, I do. And please, let's not be so formal. Down here, call me Gigi.
He gestures absently for you to select from the skill books as your reward. It seems that the poor fellow is quite taken aback by what you told him. Without another word, he wanders away from you, deep in thought. Cranley Hubert barely notices you. He is utterly engrossed in his thoughts, his brow furrowed. The girl's spine suddenly arches back at an unnatural angle. A squeal of distress morphs into a deep, throaty chuckle. She straightens and looks at you. Her eyes are black.
She is ours. You will not speak to her. You cannot help her.
A rasping, ancient laugh rises from the girl's throat.
Speak to her? She screams for you inside us. You cannot hear her, and you never will.
A vile giggle. The demon within the girl is wholly unthreatened.
Soon we will swallow the last of her spirit, and her body will be ours.
Her eyes clear for just a moment, showing a brief glimpse of the child within. Then the blackness fills them once again, and the demon hisses at you.
You give her hope. Good. It will make her spirit all the more delicious. She cannot resist us. She is nothing. She doesn't even have a name, fool. You're wasting your time.
A flicker of recognition crosses the girl's face before the demon regains control.
She whimpers for the creature. You twist the knife in well. Her name is Lost. Nothing. Soon she will be nothing.
The girl grimaces in concentration. Her fingers spasm. For just a moment, she extends all digits on one hand and two more on the other hand.
She has nobody. Only us.
A harsh, rattling laugh.
You put too much faith in the girl's spirit. She cannot resist us.
The girl's eyes start to clear, and this time they stay clear.
No!
Meet the Reaper for me.
You saved me! You gave me my name back!
Her voice shrinks to an awed, overcome whisper.
Thank you.
She averts her gaze from yours. Her lower lip trembles as she speaks.
The monster. It made me do things. Horrible things.
She takes a deep breath, then raises her head and meets your gaze. Her stare is resolute, aged far beyond her years.
It showed me how bad things can get. But I'm still here, and it isn't. I think I'll be all right now. I don't know. Maybe my family's still out there somewhere. Or maybe I'm alone. Maybe that's a good thing. I've had to share my head for so long. It'll be good to be alone for a while.
She falls into a contemplative silence for a moment, then perks up once again.
Hey, do you know the magic-y stuff everyone's so scared of? Sauce. I can use sauce. It helped me to keep the monster from winning entirely. I don't need it anymore. I want you to have it. I'm going to go and find my cat now. He must be lonely without me. Bye. I won't forget you.
I heard that the paladins killed unarmed magisters. Didn't even let them surrender.
You're not another bloody pilgrim, are you?
I don't trust those paladins.
I welcome newcomers and natives alike. We shall tread. We shall push. Brand new recipe. Contains no dog's milk whatsoever.
Ugh, this place stinks.
What's this? I've found something. I've spotted something. The hatch is blocked for explosives, and we're locked in with them. No one strike a light.
Well, that was fun.
You must truly savor my company, God. Would you rush perfection? It will be ready when it's ready.
Tarquin's jaw tightens.
I dabble in all forms of learning, necromancy included. Can you really blame me for being talented? Can you really blame me when I'm forced to use my skills against my will? Who are you to judge me? Weren't you willingly trying to help those leeches? Those so-called gods? Their lust for power is the root of all misery in this world. But yes, I did it. I ushered Brachus Rex, the mad sorcerer king, back into the land of the living. I hope you'll admit, that is impressive. Dallas willed it, and I was in no position to refuse. She wanted to use Brachus to sniff out the Aeteran, to use a tyrannical king as a personal bloodhound, so she could get her hands on the most powerful purging device the world's ever seen.
She thinks she can control him. She is wrong. A creature like him will find a way to break his shackles. He must be eradicated. That's why I sought the pieces of anathema. It's the only thing that can slay him.
What could possibly best the greatest act of necromancy ever performed? Reversing it. That's what. Here, take anathema and keep it close. Without it, you are nothing to Brachus. You must truly savor my company, God. Oh, come now. I already gave you what's likely the...
These godwoken are going to be the death of me.
I welcome
I
newcomers.
heard of paladins come down on magic.
A well-dressed dwarf woman lies on the cobbles, giggling drunkenly to herself.
I wish I was bloody homeless. Then I'd be home already. No, I was at a wedding. Beggars kicked me out. Said I was causing a scene. Ha! Void walking. Good one. You're a regular jester. The usual fuss. The groom's a local alchemist, marrying the daughter of some big shot merchant. Invitation only, I'm afraid. They'd hardly kick out their own flesh and blood, would they? I barely know any of them. Friends of business acquaintances, eh? Now, why would I do that? Fine, fine. Take the bloody thing.
Nothing sacred anymore. Or safe.
She looks right through you, face slack with grief.
What? Why would you say something like that? Are you some kind of sadist? Has our special day not had enough pain already? Or are you jealous? Leave me to my grief.
Be brief. Oh, really? Do you have any other shock news to share? Trolls are ugly, dwarves are short, lizards are scaly. I'm well aware of the circumstances, Snoopy, but Isla's awful, just awful. I spent a fortune on the decor alone. The Void Woken have made quite a mess of the place. Well, yes, of course.
Ross taps his foot.
Yes. And you know what must be done? Is there more?
You've come to serve, yes? Oh, it's always so...
The dwarf rubs his temples, his rings glittering rose gold in the light.
What?
Oh, you've met my new mother-in-law, have you? I swear it. Old Man Ross has an unhealthy attachment to that animal. I prefer it when they come in the form of rashers.
The dwarf chuckles, never turning his gaze away from the window.
Pray, tell me. What do you think you know?
The dwarf turns away from the window, his dark, narrow eyes taking you in for the first time.
And what might you mean by that?
The dwarf is silent for a moment, his head held high as he appraises you.
I see. A little accident concerning Old Man Ross, and the will in my own hands. That could indeed be just the ticket. And what would be required of me if such a thing were to happen?
I have a certain skill with alchemy. I could certainly teach you a thing or two. Of course, if you don't have the wit for that, I can see you richly rewarded in all manner of potions. They could grant you health, strength, or even love.
The dwarf recoils. His face is a mask of abject horror.
That won't be necessary. Just see that it's done. By do.
Be brief. Ah, my darling Lulabelle. Isn't she... What? Impossible. That's the wine talking, that is. Yes, yes. You stand straight and tall, a sign of an honest man. This news does muddle things a tad. I tell you what, you seem an honourable sort. See Dorian dead and I will meet his offer. All right, fine. Believe me when I say you'll be well rewarded. I suppose I can afford it better than I can afford an enemy of this particular. Kill the rat and be quick about it.
I was just looking for my husband. He was right here a minute ago. I just turned away to refill my goblet, looked back and he was gone.
She stares at you in horror. You think you see that strange pink tint in her eyes fade a little.
What? No, that's not true. That's impossible.
Her eye twitches and her mouth moves silently, but aggressively. It almost looks as if she's having an argument with herself. When she looks up at you again, the pink tint has cleared completely from her eye.
How could he? How could he? I've got to find my father. I must warn him. He trusted a stranger over his own daughter. I bet his pig knew about my husband before I did too.
She slumps in her seat, looking even more miserable and dejected than ever.
If he's not here, he might have gone back to his house by the barracks. I should have known something was up. He never brought me there. But he'd always come back stinking to high heaven of chemical. And what would it matter now?
She nods sadly, gaze dropping to the carpet. The woman cries.
Wedding. If that ain't a bad omen, nothing is.
How could my husband do such a thing? If he's not here, he should have known.
She nods.
Come on, throw it! This bouquet's mine!
Nothing as fragrant as an open...
I should neutralize this thing before it does damage.
You? Again? I should hate to spoil your fun, but this will not be as easy as you might think.
The dwarf grins as he lifts a flap of cloth to reveal a string of grenades around his waist.
I'm ready! tread.
Paladin's back in
We shall
charge.
touch.
I'm lucky I was posted indoors. I'd be drawing breath now if I was in the garden.
How could my husband do such a thing? I loved him!
Tears fill her eyes as she bites her lip to hold back sobs.
This is the worst day of my life.
She slumps in her seat, looking even more miserable and dejected than ever. She nods sadly, gaze dropping to the carpet.
Breath now if I was in the garden.
Is it done? Oh, yes? Well, I certainly could use some good news amongst the bad. I am a man of my word. Here is the payment promised, and extra besides.
You've done right by me once. Now it's time to do right by the Queen.
I'd be drawing breath now if I was in the garden.
A pleasure doing business.
Wait, where the hell did that Dorian fellow go?
The wedding. Nobody said anything about fighting monsters. I was hired to guard a wedding. Nobody said anything about fighting monsters.
The sewers, if that vile stench doesn't deceive me. Queen Justinia and her lackeys are down here somewhere. Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Crates of death folk. How did they get here?
City of secrets it is. And you know what happens to the most valuable secrets? They get buried. Or stolen. That happens too. Some secrets get stolen, then buried. With some, it's the other way round. Royalty, my friend. Royalty holds court here. You might think me crazy, but I've seen the royal wardens patrolling these corridors. And as you can tell, they saw me. Pity, really. That would have been a good score. Would have been the highlight of my career, that. Stealing from royalty, hiding in the sewers, up to no good. They wouldn't have been able to report the theft to the authorities. The perfect crime, that. Oh, well, I had a good run.
It's an ambush. Of course it is.
Prepare yourself.
What's this? I found something.
Bound and blindfold, you are dragged through the darkness. The stench tells you you're in the sewers. Your dwarven captors are silent, but then a skittering, as of blades tapping on stone. Your captors stop, unsure. Screams rend the darkness. Silence falls, and then that sound again. Sticks dancing on stone. You tear the blindfold free, then wish you hadn't. The giant spider looms over you. Its jaws close upon your face.
Well, that unlocked something. Or locked it.
Something. Oh, locked it.
Careful. I've spotted a trap. There's enough. I've spotted something.
Rubbish.
A guard rushes in front of you, and before you can flinch, the point of a sharp spear touches the underside of your jaw. It would draw blood if you had blood to draw.
Halt! State your name. Oh, for goodness sake, woman, lower your spear. That is no way to greet a guest.
Sebille, I've not known you to be so welcoming to strangers.
Have I yet to disappoint your highness in matters of security?
Your Majesty?
Do as she says. Lower your spear.
Yes. Of course, my queen.
One we are most certainly equipped to handle, Your Majesty.
I'm watching you. One misstep and I will have your head.
One we are most certainly equipped, Your Highness. Bloom of Duna, flame of the forge, I present to you the eternal mystery, the seed of divinity, Fane.
Queen Justinia sucks in her cheeks, then offers you her unwavering hand. The woman called Sebille glares at you with stony face and obdurate eyes.
You are in the presence of royalty. Her Highness is due proper respect from subject and admirer alike.
Let's not intimidate our guest further, Sebille. I am yet too intrigued to give him leave. Why do you allow this shrouded figure before me?
My queen, the specimen before you is a god-woken, a claimant to the divine throne.
The queen wrinkles her face and gives Sebille a sideways glance. Sebille's red-brown eyes meet her gaze head-on.
Many have laid claim to Lucian's legacy, including his own inferior spawn. I presume our visitor has more than a vague title to boast of.
Such an excellent question, but a bit premature, don't you think? We adhere to a certain decorum in this court. I am certain you understand. Goodness, I've met street urchins with more manners. I'd think an old soul might have more respect for ceremony. Well, I see no reason to mince words, Godwoken. You're here to die.
Sebille, whatever's gotten into you? Malodorous it may be, but this is still a court, not a gallows.
Your Majesty, the Godwoken is no ally, but enemy. He would throw your plans in disarray. You have worked so hard. Arcs must fall to the death fog.
Not mad, practical. We are at war. I don't relish knowing there'll be civilian casualties, but they are necessary. The order soon comes for the Dwarven Kingdom. Consider it a preemptive strike.
Your Majesty, this course is wise. The Queen needn't explain it to one who would see it all undone.
I am no monster. Sebille, what say you?
Justinia turns to Sebille, looking for answers or comfort, and Sebille begins to chuckle. Her laugh is low and measured at first, but grows in magnitude until she can barely breathe.
Oh, but you're a clever one, aren't you, Fane? Fine. I'm tired of pretending I serve this weak wench anyway. But it doesn't matter. You can't stop the death fog. The wheels are in motion.
Sebille?
Shut your royal maw, Justinia. Arcs will fall and your memory writ. They will believe it was your will, your plan, your command.
For a moment, Sebille appears almost relaxed. Her eyes flash blue, her face quivers.
Sebille?
My queen, forgive me,
Sebille screams in pain and clutches her head. She bobs and sways, muttering to herself. You can make out few words, but you recognize the language. It is the eternal tongue.
The covenant will be kept. I serve you with living and dying breath. My king, glory be to you.
You blink yourself awake to the cold gaze of 1,000 stones and the hot gaze of the dwarf Sebille, right hand of the queen.
Oh, good. You're awake. Yeah, at first I figured I'd just kill you. But then I thought, Sebille, you're wasting an opportunity here. Don't bother thanking me just yet, though. I dare say you'll be begging to die before long. So I'll start with lesser toxins, just to see how you react, and take it from there. How strong a dose can a Godwoken handle? How long does it take for one to succumb? So many questions.
You cannot move your arm, your leg, your head. They are no match for the pull of gravity. Your lips open, but no words spill forth. She has paralyzed you. Only your eyes are free to move.
Don't fight it. You'll only make things worse. Oh, but I've been so rude. You should know the real me. Oh, it's good to give myself a rest. Those masks can be darned pesky, can't they, my mariful friend?
Every ounce of energy within you evaporates. You have no more control over your own source than you do of your flaccid body. Sebille shakes her head at you. Tut, tut.
Do try to relax. The harder you fight, the harder the experiment will be on you.
You struggle to move, and you feel your toes wiggle, and your fingers twitch. The paralysis is waning.
Interesting. Some of the results are quite unexpected. Now, let's move on to death fog. Live or die, you've already proven most... Well, I was going to say useful, but perhaps entertaining is the better word.
Sebille turns the valve, but no fog wafts forth. In that moment, you feel your marrow awaken. You've regained control of your own bones at last.
What's wrong with it?
God! Come! The Godwoken's broken free of my spell!
I've got to get out of this death trap.
dwarf. Now to find Queen Justinia.
I've spotted something.
A nauseating wave of pain and fear washes from the spirit. Pain from what was inflicted upon her, and fear that her suffering would never end. The spirit laughs soundlessly at something unseen. You realize that what you thought was a maniacal glint in his eye is, in fact, the last glowing embers of the acidic fire that burned his eyeballs away. The spirit struggles for breath, a breath that will never come. An eternity choking to death beckons.
You think Arx is safe in my death? I've faced the grave before, you know, as have you. Get through the God King. I have eternal life. The Master's purpose is his own to speak, not mine. You're good with words, so sincere. I almost believed you. But let's pretend I fell for your little persuasion game. I'll tell you the Black Ring's plans on one condition. You release the Death Fog. You bring my mission to an end.
The spirit pauses, then nods.
The God King feeds on war, on death, on disease. On the rich source the living once carried within them, knowingly or not. I think this clear by now. The Death Fog was not just a murder bomb, but a tool. A tool for sowing discord. A tool for pitting the Order against the Dwarven Kingdom. A tool for ridding us of those who would see us fail. Every race, every creed, and every claimant to the title of Divine.
Isabelle's voice rises, and her fists tighten. You presume she'd have gone red with fury, were she not wholly translucent.
I lived for that day, Coldwoken. The flesh of every Magister melted like butter in the sun. The Paladins' eyes bugged out in horror as they watched their spouses and children choke on the death fog, clogging their lungs. There would be screams first. Then silence.
The spirit's eyes and mouth narrow. In her silence, the noise of splashing sewer water bounces from the stony walls and into your ears. You have lit Isbale's fire. She is a bomb, a banshee, an erupting volcano.
You couldn't know! You weren't there! When the portal opened and the death fog poured in, you weren't there! To see their skin burst, to see the blood bubbles foam from their mouths. Have you ever felt your own saliva sizzle? Have you ever felt your own brain pressing against the inside of your skull? I have felt it. That agony was the doing of the divine. For his order to suffer the same fate is not punishment enough. In death, I was given a chance. I made a decision. One that I have never regretted. This is not your judgment to make, but the God King's. He has come.
this? I found something. It sounds like the Queen.
Sebille, the traitor! Where is she? I will split her black skull in two!
Justinia pounds her fist against her head. One smack, then a second, then a third.
You may not believe me, but what I did, I thought I did for the sake of my people. The sinking of the Peacemaker, the Driftwood smuggling operation, the Death Fog, Black Peak Isle. Power always comes at a great cost. Sometimes you have to take some lives to save others. And I shall always put Dwarven lives first. You must understand this. It was only a matter of time, she said. And I never doubted it. The scouts talked of living weapons nailed to crosses, of blank-faced wizards, an entire force of them. If we didn't come for the Order, the Magisters and Paladins, they would come for us. They had my ear all the while, the Black Ring. I'm sorry. Truly sorry. To think of it.
Bless his heart. Please do tell him to rest his mind. Mikael is no man of courage, but he's as loyal as a fresh-fed pup. But do be sure to keep my whereabouts private, at least for now. My concerns in Arx must remain my own. The void closes in then. It's so much more dangerous than even Death Fog. Death Fog we can see and smell. The void is empty, intangible. We don't know it's there until its creatures are upon us.
She was a scientist of sorts, or so the town criers chanted. She knew of the ways of nature and beyond, and I invited her to court to show me. She healed the sick and soothed the wounded. I saw it with my own eyes. I brought her close. Her words were wise, and her aims, well, they seemed so pure. It was after Alexander assembled the quorum that Sebille turned my mind to thoughts of war. Our scouts and spies aided dwarven sorcerers where and when they could, but Sebille insisted the monks and shriekers would touch dwarven land. When we came to Arx to prepare, she rarely left my side except to tend to her laboratory. I'd no idea what atrocities she'd been committing there. Unless you've felt the pervasive weight of the crown, you've no authority to judge me. Each of my subjects is like a child to me, and a mother protects her children. They have a right to a future.
She pauses, then lowers her voice.
Yes, I was wrong. Yes, I was weak. But I'll never apologize for putting the king—
How many innocent lives will die before you see reason? Kill her!
Arx's air is clear of death fog, yet you would still see me dead? That's not justice. The Queen would—
Sebille leached the source. The spirit before you is paper thin, as though there was hardly enough source in it to manifest at all. You used source to heal a sick child. The Magisters threw you in jail. Then, in the night, came the dwarves. They marched you blindfolded through the sewers, clapped you in irons, and took you apart for your source.
I've spotted something.
Take me away from here, please. She can't keep us here.
A humble builder. When your source powers surfaced, you knew you were in for the joy. But you ended up here, stolen from your cell. They took you apart in search of your source. You died, screaming. The shade of a spirit shimmers before you, barely visible. Its source has been sucked nearly dry. A sorcerer, a dissolute dwarf with a big mouth, you were thrown in the slammer. Fort Joy beckoned, but you woke up hooded, being dragged through the sewers to a painful end. You never saw the light again.
Papa? Help me, Papa. The lady took something from me.
Sebille was planted in the royal court quite some time ago. This conspiracy has been a long time brewing. Care of that death fog machine before some kid starts flipping the switches.
I've heard they're not showing Hubert Oak's work.
The elf gives you a slow clap. Clap, clap.
The evil Isbale is dead. The doctor will see you now. Permit me to mark it on your map. Do not tarry. He urgently desires to speak with the great and mysterious Fane.
The elf bows his head in
Paladins would do to us if the urge had gone wrong. His body's in the street.
I'm lucky I was posted indoors. That I'd be drawing breath now if I was in the garden.
A pleasure doing business. Really? Whew, this is amazing news. But what of the Queen? What's been going on? Is she safe? This is relieving news on the most difficult of days.
It burdens my heart, truly, but I must say farewell now. Take this. A good reward for good decisions.
Mikhail returns to his box.
My thanks.
Wait, he didn't leave a thing to his daughter. He bequeathed his entire estate to his pig?
The Queen is safe, so I'm happier than a pig in... Well, you know how the rest of that goes. A new home awaits me, I'd like to think.
The spirit shivers and shimmies, then is gone to the hall, relieved of his mortal pain and penitence.
He's gone.
I was hired to guard you. Nobody said anything about monsters.
The girl's wedding should be the happiest day of her life. Mine ended up being my funeral. Don't do it anywhere near me. I never want to. If he's not here, should have known something was up. What do you mean, Anna? Oh, Donna! No!
The spirit raises its brows and flits its eye. His eyes flit away once again, and the spirit shivers and pokes his finger straight through your map. It looks like you have what you needed. Her hands cradle her head, and her shoulders heave and shake. The spirit...
First wedding I've missed in days.
I welcome newcomers and natives alike. We shall tread.
First wedding I've missed in days.
I'll yield to none.
Here's a pleasure.
They kicked me out mixed.
Very funny.
Machine sits before you. Pipework tentacles outwards and upwards, the conduits piercing the ground overhead, wending their way towards the city and her people above. Even through the seals of the Great Cistern, you scent the acrid sting of the death fog inside. A faint gossamer of death fog rises from a junction where the release valve meets a pipe. A switch allows redirection to a different pipe, labelled C. The junction currently leads to a pipe labelled Arcs.
Destroy this thing. There's no time to waste.
Sparks fly, and metal plates buckle. With a deafening hiss, the valve breaks free of the pipe, and the faint stream of fog spurts and sputters, threatening to flood the room. The death fog stream has become a veritable geyser. The machine is going to blow.
If I were mortal, I'd be getting the hell out of here.
Bah, if there was anything important...
Greetings. All this is thanks to you, you know. If we hadn't found out what the Whites were doing, and what of it? Who can although much she fought with not much the white men, they must have... Be quick, enjoy this...